back to another episode of Desire to Inspire, yo mama's favorite podcast. Another week, 32 episows in.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing with this season, but typically they're 40 episodes, so I think we might be extending it.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely be extending it now that we got a rhythm routine in terms of like what the seasons will look like. End it a little bit before the main holiday push in New Year and then bring it back is my thought. So who knows? We might get like 45, 50 episodes in this season.
50 feels like a lot.
It does, but we're already at 32.
I know it's one a week, so 50 would only be 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like 50 is a lot. But 45 feels
45.
realistic.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So whether you like it or not, we're here to fucking stay, baby.
Also, dude, both of us are in hoodies right now.
It's hoodie weather.
It
In
shouldn't
Charlotte.
be hoodie weather, though. It should not be.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not either. Dude, these runs have felt fucking great in the mornings. It's like 60 degrees. I'm
Yeah.
wearing a shirt. I didn't know I wore shirts in August for runs.
It is wild. After my birthday hit, I was like, bring on fall.
Oh,
Like, I won't
here for
accept fall until my birthday's over.
I'm just afraid because of how cold it was last winter. I don't want that yet.
Yeah.
And so it keeps making me nervous because I know that it should be hotter than this right now.
And it ain't.
Fucking Trump and global warming, dude.
It's all his fucking fault. It is all his
man.
fault.
But yeah, it's been nice. Hoodies in the morning, but then you're back to t-shirts.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah, because I think it'll be up to 80-something degrees at like 1 o'clock today.
I literally had to look. I'm like, how hot's it going to get? Can I wear this today?
We were talking about a run tomorrow that we're doing. Sorry, you're just obviously
too
on a
fast for you
different
guys.
caliber than us. But we were talking like we don't need to start at the @crack of dawn because it won't be like as hot. And so I was like, that is true. That is very true.
I'll probably still be starting at the ass crack it on just to get it done.
Yeah, that's smart. We got OSU tomorrow, baby. What are your thoughts on the OSU Texas game?
I don't follow it as much as you guys. I don't think I follow any sports that much to really.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy to give opinions.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I mean, I'm always going to say Ohio State.
Okay,
just 'cause
that's all I
Ohio
needed
State.
to hear. That's all I needed.
But I can't give actual viable critiques or opinions.
I've never been the guy that was able to be like, oh, the player on this team and the player on that team. And but like there's like Jaybird, that dude can talk about different players. Jared can talk about different players and know this and that.
A lot of
and
guys
stats.
can. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, no, that ain't me.
Yeah.
I like watching it and then I'm like, oh, they won or lost.
Yep. And even then, I might not finish the game. If I'm with people, game's getting finished. If not, I'm like, I'll check this.
I know
one
it is
here.
getting finished though. The pitchers of Hank.
I was like, what are you talking about?
The beers that we get at Protagonist.
Yeah, those are. Is that where you guys are going?
Yeah.
Okay. Jaybird had mentioned somewhere new.
Yeah, we
Out
were going to
here.
look for somewhere new, but we're going to go back to Old Faithful.
All right, cool. That puts me in a better. I'm like, fuck. I gotta get home for the dogs because all the girls are gone.
Yep.
All right, that's better than pictures of Hank will get finished.
Hell yeah. That they will. So looking forward to that. Didn't have to travel this week, so pretty pumped about that. Travel picks up next week, though. And then
I thought you did have to travel this week. That's why I was so confused. I'm like, I swear you're traveling this week.
Yeah, but it was like 3 hours and then 3 hours back. So, like,
That's traveling, dude.
not to me.
In one day?
Yeah.
6 hours of driving in one day is traveling, dude.
Yeah, but again, I get to sleep in my own bed. I get to shower in my own shower, so
How
it doesn't
long are
feel
you
like
there
it.
when you drive that?
Yesterday, I had a 3-hour meeting.
And that's it?
Yeah.
So most of your day is just driving. That's kind of a nice
Some.
day, actually.
Most of the time when I do it, I like hit multiple different
Right.
areas, so it takes up like a lot. But yesterday was a big potential customer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I might have to travel too. All right, let me run this by you. So I have to travel to Philly sometime in September.
Okay.
I can schedule this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm debating if I want to do it the day before Matt's bachelor party, fly into Philly, stay the night, and then fly out of Philly straight to Austin. They have an earlier flight than I would. I'm supposed to not get until 3.
Mm.
If I go straight from Philly, they have a direct flight. I'll get in at like 10 a.m. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be far behind you guys.
You'll actually get in before us.
I'm like, And right now, I'm like the last one in. I'm like, I'm going to be stuck getting my own ride
Yeah.
from the airport to the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
I would do that. Wrap it in.
All right.
I might have to go to Florida and fly out of Florida potentially.
All right. I'm thinking about it because I looked. I'm like, these flights are kind of cheap. I just didn't know if I wanted to move the whole week around because it's going to be a lot of lifting on the running side for me to do all of that at once.
You'll be able to get it done. Might have to just step on a treadmill.
It's not even that I'm worried about. I'm worried about my long run while we're in Austin because I don't know what's going to be around us to run.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So we'll see. But, all right. Just needed to talk that through.
Okay.
What time are you guys getting in?
11:40.
Okay. For some reason, I was seeing y'all running at like 9 a.m.
No. I thought we were supposed to be, but it's later. So we get in probably the latest out of anybody. The rest of the crew gets in like
unless I come
right at 11. Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Travel is going to pick up, though, between these bachelor parties, weddings, and work stuff, man. Literally starting next week, I have one free weekend each month for the next 2 months.
I'm not planning anything after the marathon to the end of the year. People keep asking. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not. There's too much. I'm not going home for Thanksgiving. I made the decision. I'm staying here. I'm from Chicago to Christmas. Don't fucking call me.
Okay. Bet.
Not you. Just anyone to do things. I'll be right here. I'm going to live in this chair.
Okay. I like it. We'll get shit done, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's the goal, dude.
Yep.
I keep fucking trying to do things and then life.
But you don't let life interact with marathon training.
I get everything else done too. It's just a lot. I got swindled back in the Longhorn.
You did?
I told you I worked this last Monday.
I didn't know if you were going to cut that off or not.
Nah, I went. I told him I would do pickup shifts only. And a new scheduler, my scheduling manager left. So a new one came in and he didn't know. So my availability was only Mondays before that. So he just saw my availability when they put me back in. And so I had to tell him when I went in, like, yo, I'm picking up only. I said, actually, I have to work once a month to stay in the system. So leave me on Mondays, but I'm going to request all of them off. And if I want to work one, I'll just take it back off.
All right.
So I'm technically there.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad because I didn't have to go into the office, but it was just bad because I got swindled.
Yeah.
I was like,
they did play your ass.
I was like, there's no fucking way. I swear to God, bro, 5 o'clock rolls around today and the schedule comes out and I'm on that bitch.
Get a little extra dough for the wedding and the honeymoon.
That's why I don't mind. I'm like, okay, I'll work the Monday before Matt's bachelor party, make it easy $200.
Yeah.
I'm like, it makes sense some days. I just don't want to do it all the time.
Yeah, I feel that. So, yeah. I think you got a topic for me. We can just go ahead and hard launch it.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's not like we're launching it that early on. I sent you a question. This was actually proposed to me. I don't think they meant it to be like some insightful thing, but I took it this way. And it was at work. They asked, how happy are you? Like, they just generally were like, how happy are you? 1 to 10. I was like, and so I'm not going to tell you what I said. I'm going to ask you first because I asked you to think it through. How happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
So when you asked this question, I was like, oh, I like that. And like instantly I was going to like put a high number because like I genuinely feel that way. Like there's a lot of great things going on in life. But I was like, you know what? We're on a long form content platform. Let me approach this a little bit different. And that way it will steer some conversation and it will go in who knows what direction. So when you ask me that question again, like I would rate it instantly like an 8 or a 9. Like there's so many great things going on in life right now. And I don't really have a lot of things that are like stressing me out or that are weighing on me because I feel like I filter those things. But when I took a step back, I was like, you know what? Let me ask this question in a different way. And so I didn't change the question, but I changed the way I looked at it and was like, how can I take this question and put it into the buckets that are important to me? So our 4 pillars: faith, family, fitness, future. So starting with faith, I look at that and I'm like, maybe I'm not too happy in that area because I'm not watching the services every week like I was in the beginning of the year. I'm watching them maybe once, twice a month instead of 3-4 times a month. I'm not really doing anything to push that forward. I'm not reading the Bible no more. I'm not. And so like that, when I look at it from a big picture, I'm like, Well, I can't say that I'm extremely happy with that. That's poor effort. That's poor discipline. That's poor execution on what I said that I wanted to do this year. And so, like, I would rate that one like probably a 4, 3 or 4. Like, it's something that I've always struggled with. I don't find an easy way to soak in the knowledge outside of like watching PD service like every Sunday. And so again, when you look at something, you can say from a bird's eye view, and that's what I was trying to like depict when I was telling you I would do an 8 or a 9, is like from a bird's eye view, everything seems great. But that's because there's a lot of great things, but there's also other areas that aren't so great that I could improve on, that I could work on, that I could become happier with, that I could grow within. And so the faith pillar is one of them that I'm like, you know what? Like that one's super low. So then it brings that average down. But then I look at family and I'm like, man, family's doing good. Granny's doing good. My mom's doing good. My sister's doing good. Like my aunts and uncles are doing good. My cousins are going away to college. And so I look at that and I'm like, man, this pillar's like really solid right now. Sponsored time. You guys know the deal. Here at DTI, we want to help people live a healthier, happier lifestyle. We're excited to partner with First Form because their mission is to impact one person's life a day. First Form gives us the capabilities to help you guys reach and achieve the goals you set forth. Utilize First Form through their supplement or their merchandise to live a more active lifestyle, putting yourself first and prioritizing the things that are important. Try First Form today with the link below. Back to the show. And so could there be some things different? Could there be like some things ironed out? Maybe. But like, again, I tell myself all the time, it's like, where do you focus your energy and attention, and like what's important and what do you need to dive into more and not dive into more? And so like holistically, that whole bucket, everything is really freaking good. And so I wish that some people were a little bit healthier because they're having like health scares right now and things like that. But they got the attention they need when they need it. And I think that if they didn't, it could have went bad. But because they're getting that, things are still moving great. So I'm not focusing on what it could have been. Mm-hmm. I'm focusing on what it is. And so family, I would rate like 8.5 to 9.5. So really high. So then it brings that average back up. Fitness, I'm like, At the top, I think that's a high score. But then I'm like, could I be getting better at it? Could I be doing more? Could I be in scheduling and programming and doing things differently? And I'm like, yeah, 100%. Like I say, I want to run more, and I'm doing the August challenge. So again, like to me, it's how much do you look into something to either try and pull the bad out or the good out. And like the August challenge, I've hit it every single day. I've stuck with it. I've posted about it. I fucking forgot 2 days ago to post about it, but I did it.
I thought you were going to say you forgot to do it.
No. I've completed every single day. And so from that standpoint, that's good because that's what my focus is on right now. And what I wanted from the August challenge is to get confident again, lacing the shoes up, get excited about it, feel good running. When we ran 10 miles last week, like I was super impressed with how I felt. So I'm like, all right, I still got it. And every single day I run, there's some days where I'm like, oh, let's keep going. There's other days where I'm like, dude, I feel like a bag of concrete. And
you'll have that.
Yeah. And so I look at that holistically and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm happy. Like I know that Tone and I might be doing the race in November. I think we 100% are doing it. I was like,
what do you mean might be?
Yeah, we're definitely 100% doing the Charlotte Marathon. But I'm going into that with the mindset of like first endeavor, first journey. Like let's go have fun with it. Let's see what it's like. Not saying we won't take training serious and stuff like that, but after the August challenge, I'm like, no, I got to kick it into gear and start upping my mileage. So that way I can make a good effort, because I don't want to just mindlessly in life do things, be like, oh yeah, I'm just this, I'm just that. Like, what's the intent behind it? What do I want to take away from it? And for me, those races, like we've talked about all the time, those races are so much more than crossing that finish line. They're so much more than the training. But during the training, you learn, develop, and grow so freaking much because of the discipline you have to have.
You think you guys will stay together the whole race?
Yeah.
I'll probably run it with you guys then.
Yep. Yeah, we kind of like set that standard, unless Tone just randomly fucking feels like Jimmy
great.
Neutron and takes off. But I want to get that mental fatigue and challenge back of running 7 miles when I don't want to, running 8 miles when I don't want to, getting up and doing 5, 4, 3, 2, whatever miles it is. because I think back to the Ironman training, and even though I was traveling the most that I was in the entire year, and I was getting up earlier, and I had all these things on my plate, I always managed and found a way to get those workouts done, and it blossomed something beautiful that's going to come to the horizon. And I'm just like, man, what if I like lock in again and like see what the end of this year can bring? And so for me, I would put my fitness at like a 7.5, and it's not because I'm not consistent with it. I'm doing the things that I need to do. I'm still checking the boxes, but I do think that there's ways to improve it and be a little bit more disciplined to take more out of it. Because most people hear us talk about fitness and they think that we have to live on this straight and narrow line and we shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that. But what people don't hear from our message, that don't follow us religiously or don't know what the brand stands for, is that it's about finding more in life. It's about using physical fitness to feel better mentally, to be able to go after goals, dreams, to be able to pull something out of it where you're challenging yourself to then propel yourself forward in other areas. And so that's what I want to start taking back out of fitness, or take away from it, is that desire to
inspire.
Inspire. You fucking nailed it right there. So I look at that, I'd say like a 7.5. And then future, like, I could start shaking. I'm so excited for the future, dude. Like, I'm getting fucking married next year. I'm hopefully going to be buying a house here in the near future. And not only that, like, I just literally got goosebumps. But for this brand and what we're doing and things like that, like, bro, the future is so fucking exciting. And the more that I'm checking the boxes daily, and that's what I noticed, is like my attention has shifted from like maybe not being as disciplined working out. And that doesn't mean that I'm not doing it, but I'm not training for this big lavish thing and I'm not putting pressure on that. But like the other areas, they're getting fucking attention, and there's traction building and there's things happening. And so like, bro, the future, if I could rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate it like a 50. Like, that's how great I feel about it right now. Truly deep down. Again, with mine and Lowe's relationship, with where we could be in the Carolinas in a year, with the way that work's going, with the way that DTI is going, like all of these things that are building towards something, it just seems like that engine is what's creating the steam for life. And that's why I would rate, like, even though there's like highs and lows within that scale, that's why I would still rate like the overall happiness of my life right now is literally like an 8 to a 9, because I feel like there's so much intent behind those different buckets that I focus on, knowing that some could improve and balance it back out. But that's my long-winded answer to your question, and that's how I thought of it.
It's a very different perspective than I took. So for me, like, I don't think that because I can improve somewhere, it means that my happiness in that area or overall is down. When I got asked this yesterday, I was like 10 immediately. And she laughed, and she's like, you can't get any happier right now. And I don't think that that's what that means. I don't think that just because I'm at a 10 doesn't mean that there's not more out there, that I don't want more, that like, and that's why I'm like, okay, like, let me ask somebody else's, because I want to see how they feel. Because like everything in my life I feel great about. Like, there's places and things that I'm doing that I dreamed about doing at one point, and I was still happy then. Like, just because, like, I feel like happiness overall is a choice. You choose to either be happy in your circumstance or not. Like, I don't want to temper myself at an 8 or a 9 just because I could have this thing, or because this fell through, or like I could be here. Like, I'm still fucking happy without these things. And so I actually feel like with like, maybe your faith isn't where you want it to be, maybe your fitness could improve something. Like, I feel like I'm happier in the pursuit of improvement.
And that's why I feel that it can never be a 10, because I'm always chasing that.
Oh, I feel like I could be a 10 and still there's another 10 out there. Like,
because to me, nothing's perfect in life. Nothing that like,
and I don't think it's about being perfect.
It's just like, but there's always, like you said, like there, and like what I was like alluding to is like life is so good overall, like everything. And if it was a 10, I do feel like that's maybe where people would just like get stagnant. And so I place it at an 8 or 9, because
if you get 100% on a test, that doesn't mean you know everything. That doesn't mean that like now you're done. You've mastered that subject. There's still room to improve after that.
Go ahead. Keep preaching, baby. I'm catching on.
I just feel like there's always, like, the choice to be a 10 is more what I'm getting at. Like,
yeah.
I choose for my happiness to be maxed out to where I think that my max is. Like, right now, this is how I feel. Like, I'm riding a high, and in this moment, I might not think I can get any happier. I might be like, nah, I'm super content with where I am. Like, I'm happy. And especially, like, when you weigh it next to your past, and it's like, oh, like, I've come a long way. I've continued to improve. And who knows, 5 years from now, I might be like, yeah, I was happy, but, like, where I'm at now is exponentially better than that. Like, I feel like, yes, there's always room for improvement, but if you hold yourself to, like, I'm a fucking 10.
But I also feel like your mindset is a lot different, and that's because of all of the work that you've done to be able to, like, hold that. But I do feel like there's a lot of people out there that even if there's good areas in life, they still put so much pressure on those areas where they can't get out of their own cycle.
That's where the choice comes into play.
You know?
Because you're choosing to then put yourself in the bad instead of the good. And, like, that's even saying, like, I'm a 10 happiness doesn't mean that I don't get stressed out. It doesn't mean I don't get pissed off. It doesn't mean that things don't affect me. But I don't let them hold me. Like, they have no weight on me.
Yeah.
They're not going to keep me in that place for long. I understand why you say 8 to a 9.
Yeah.
I get it, but this girl literally laughed yesterday when I said a 10. She was like, that's sending me right now. You mean to tell me you can't get any happier? I'm like, no. This is it, man. And I'm sitting at my desk where I'm like, no, this is it.
Did you ask her the question back?
Nah, she was definitely not at a 10. That's why she was asking. She was not at a 10.
Yeah. I think what you said, it's about mindset. I think that's something that we need to, like, hold on to, because most people are going to hear this conversation and completely, like, disregard it if we're like, oh, we're 10, we're the happiest we could be, this and that. Because, again, like, a lot of people, when something happens or when there's pressure in life or when there's things going on, it can be extremely easy to look at the negatives or the what ifs and stuff like that. And so, for instance, like I said, with, like, family, like, some people with illnesses and stuff, there's two ways to look at that. You can be like, oh my God, this is so scary. Like, what if this and what if that, blah, blah. But it's like, yeah, but we don't have to worry about that anymore because of this. But it's hard for people to switch that mindset where they go from the bad to the good because it's not fully good yet. And so do you think that there's something, again, just creating dialogue for context, because not everybody is to this, or not everybody can look through situations to see the light. Do you think that there's something that you have done over the years to be able to, like, transition your mindset to the good instead of focusing on bad? Or are you just Dylan Thacker, the undisputed?
Nah, I'm definitely not going to say that I'm that guy, although I understand people probably fucking hate me on here, dude. I come on here and say some outlandish shit, and I just ride with it. But I don't think that it's any one thing. Like, I don't think I can pinpoint this is it. This is what I did, and it turned everything around. I think that just progressively over time, I've made more decisions to be that person.
Yeah.
And it's like everything else we talk about. It's all compounding. Like, the more that you continue to push things in that direction, I think that everything else just starts to fall that way naturally. And then the next thing you know, like, that's just who you are. And so, like, I don't think that even now, like, I have to step back and make, actually, let me look at this in a better way. I think it just kind of happens that way. And it's more of, I have to force myself to think negatively.
Yeah.
I know that that's not helpful for anyone. Like, that definitely was not, like, a tangible thing, but I don't know that there's one thing that I've done that's made me this way. I think that it's daily actions that you have to continue to make until it just happens.
That's what I was going to say. Because I know, like, I can think back to when I wouldn't say I was ever a negative person, but, like,
I for sure was.
Maybe in my head I portrayed it more. Like, I feel like externally I always came across as, like, this positive guy who was happy. At least that's what I like to think I was, because of comments that were made to me and just ways that people interacted with me growing up. But I would internalize a lot of things and let this little peanut brain just, like, go on full cylinders all the time. And at that stage of life, and, like, when I got to that lowest low, I was definitely internally, like, drained, beating myself up, always questioning things, this and that. But I think you're spot on with like the daily actions, the stuff that we're focusing on and the stuff that I focus on, which my stuff might not be what you want to or you. But those things that you do daily compound so freaking much. And like our new client that we brought on, like already seen fucking progress.
Yeah.
And he's not even 2 months in. And so it's just crazy to see what that's like. And again, like people go through breakups, people have babies, people get married, people lose their house, people lose their job, people get new jobs. Like there's so many things changing. And it's like, fuck. And then you throw in, oh, Aunt Betty is sick. And then you throw in like, oh, so-and-so just got injured. And then you see the news and you see all this stuff. And it's like, oh, my God. But it's like those daily actions where you're intentional and you focus on, for me, journaling, meditation, cold showers, getting up and working out, drinking water like throughout the day, not eating as much junk food, not this, not that, focusing. Then it's like, man. And so like physically you start to feel better. And when you start to feel better physically, I'm telling you, there is an unlock in life and in your brain that just coincides with each other. And I'm not saying that you won't have ups and downs still, but those ups and downs are so minuscule compared to what they are when you're not taking care of yourself physically and you're not focusing on the little actions and the little habits all the time. And so if you hear this conversation, like at least when I talk, I'm only speaking for me, when I talk about an 8 or a 9 happiness and things are going good, and although I could be better here, like I still focus on the positive. Like I've trained myself to be like that because I know what it's like not to be like that.
Optic Nerve was our very first sponsor here at the Desire to Inspire podcast, and it's still one that we are pumped to be partnered up with today. I was linked up with them when I was living in Colorado. They are owned and operated out of Vail, and all of their products get tested in the mountains, so you know that it's built for an active lifestyle. Freddie and I rock these things all the time. They are made with planet-friendly materials, from recycled plastics to natural wood, and every pair comes with a lifetime warranty. So I mean, what are you really doing? Hit the link in our bio, support DTI, support Optic Nerve, look fly doing it. Whether you're just out enjoying a nice stroll or getting active, Optic Nerve has got your back. So go to opticnerve.com and use code DTI for 20% off your order today. That's opticnerve.com, code DTI.
And I don't want to be that person who is always weighing and constantly this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, let's move on. Let's move forward. All right, cool. That's that. This is this. And we just keep going. Like, there's so many things to dwell on in life. People that passed away, past jobs, past relationships, past whatever you want to dwell on. Like, somebody is dwelling on something right now, but you have to figure a way to be able to get around that and get over it, so that way you can keep propelling forward in life. Not because that stuff's not important, or not because that stuff didn't hit hard, or not because that stuff is something easy, but because if you keep dwelling on it, then you're going to stay stuck, and you're just going to keep getting pulled deeper and deeper and deeper into a dark hole, instead of going and living life and living your dreams and making all these things happen, to be able to be like, hey, there's some areas in life that could be better. But guess what? Life's still a 10, baby. I'm still happy. I'm still moving. I'm still kicking it. Like, it's sad. So many people don't even appreciate that they woke up every single day. You know how crazy that is?
Most people don't, because we take it for granted. It's one of those things that happens every day, so we don't think about it. And then on a bigger scale of things, I think that, and this is, I can speak from experience on this one, I think people just fall into a victim mentality where it's like nothing goes right, everything goes bad, and then you just allow yourself to like wallow in this self-pity. This is what got me to my dark place. I was like, I had a long-term relationship fall apart. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to school for. Then like I tried to get shit together, wasn't really happening. I snapped my fucking arm, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, dude. And like, so I think it's like you have to shift the way you think, but I think that that's harder to do. So instead, we take all of these things we have no control over, and we do the daily actions we do have control over. And so we start to do these things, not realizing what we're doing, that, oh, this is going to get me better physically, it's going to get me better mentally. I think it's all happening at the same time. We're just not aware of it. But it's that we're taking things that we have complete control over, and it gives you like this sense of like purpose and control over the rest of your life. And it's as you reign all that, and you're like, okay, maybe this doesn't feel like as big of a deal as it is anymore. Maybe now it's not actually happening to me. Like, I'm not this victim anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's an easy switch. It definitely takes a lot of time. It took me probably the better part of a year to like fully get out of that. But like, once you're out, you realize, oh shit, like it's my fault that I was there. Like I allowed myself to get there, and then I held myself there. And I think once you can put that perspective and the distance between it, you can stay out of it a lot easier. Like, we can recognize those signs of like, maybe this isn't what I should be doing. Let me now start to get these things that I know I control back in order so it doesn't happen again.
So get those things back in control, and how you said, like pull yourself out of that, or like what brought you into it. What do you think was like one of the pivotal things that pulled you out of it to help transition it? Was it starting on the physical? Was it starting on the mental side? Was it starting?
It's physical.
Physical?
Yeah. Which I was kind of forced to then go mental because I was physical. Then I snapped my arm and I couldn't be physical anymore. So then it was like, now how do I stay out of it when the one thing that got me out of it isn't here anymore?
Yep.
Because I don't think you can ever count on one thing to be the thing, because what happens when that's gone too?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you got to focus on a lot of those little things daily, because like you said, like if that goes, I mean, you look at Bradley Martin, just because people know who he is. Like, he's got a whole cast on his thing.
I haven't followed him in a long time. I didn't know this.
He got his, like, half of his pinky cut off or something like that. And so now he's in a cast. But, like, again, how is he doing mentally? His whole identity is working out, and he can't work out now. And so, I mean, it's even important because most of the time when something goes south and somebody gets sick or they get hospitalized or they hurt themselves or they can't do this anymore, they're like, man, I wish I could have. I wish I could have. And it's like, yeah, but if you would have started X amount of time ago, if you would have this, that's why I think, like, I'm not joking, bro. I think it should be illegal for people to not focus on their physical health. And, like, some people will be like, oh, body positivity and, oh, people's body, or, oh, I'm not capable of this because I have this illness or whatever. And, like, I get that there's
the same victim mentality that I'm talking about before.
And I get that there's situations and stuff like that. But, like, that doesn't mean you can't.
You could do something.
Yeah, do anything to improve that. And so I think it's just that, like, the common everyday person, which is myself, the way that physical
couldn't be me.
the way that physical activity is viewed is so freaking skewed. So that's why it's just like the way that we approach it, man, when we bring people on, it's like starting small, not interjecting big things into their lifestyle, not forcing them to go into the gym if they don't want to. Like, there's so many different ways that you can be physically active. And dude, when you put that pressure on your body, when you put that strain on your body, it does something to the mind. It does something to the way you feel. Like, I don't know, that feeling, it just blows my mind that some people don't ever think about it. They don't ever think about going to get more steps. They don't ever think about doing a push-up. They don't ever think about getting bands to work out at home. They don't think about...
It is weird.
And, like, I say that not because, like, I'm trying to, like... It's so sad that I don't even have to say this, but, like, I'm not trying to shame people into working out. I'm not trying to shame people to get healthier. I'm not trying to shame people into anything that we preach or talk about or do. But there is some sort of... I think it's just our passion and our drive behind this.
Yeah, it's like, I feel bad that you don't experience this feeling.
Like, it blows my mind how many people we know have reached out to us for free programs that we've given them that have stopped it within weeks. And so, like, that, it's the reason why we don't bring on free people anymore. Because when you give somebody something for free, they're not vested in it. They don't want it. Every single person.
It doesn't mean anything.
Every single person that we've done something for free for has not stuck with it.
Yeah.
There hasn't been one person that has. And it's so sad because how many people do we know? And we're preaching all the time, like, hey, join this community. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. Crickets, bro. But if I were to post, hey, come to watch the Ohio State game with me and let's have some beers. Flocks. Hey, let's go golf. Flocks. But when I'm trying to get people to join a group just to see other people's movement and activity to motivate them to go out there, that's completely free. Crickets. When I tell people, hey, follow our newsletter, they're really good, they're motivational, uplifting, crickets. When we talk about this podcast and stuff like that, instead of people being like, dude, yeah, fuck yeah, you're making people better, we got fucking laughed at in the beginning. People make jokes, make comments.
They probably still do.
They probably still do. But it's just crazy to me that even the people closest to us we can't get them to get started.
I feel like that's the hardest person to get started.
But ain't that wild? Shouldn't it be the easiest?
You would think so, but like, all right, I actually thought about this on the way over here. So Mandy found out she can actually get like a legit dietitian through her thing. So like she's been talking to him, and she speaks to him, and she tells me, she's like, they're basically telling me the same thing that you said. She told me she had a conversation with Lauren that whoever she talked to, she's like, they told me the same thing Freddie's been telling me for so long. I'm like, yeah, because we know what we're talking about. You guys just don't want to listen to us because you're too close to it.
Yeah.
Like you see that, yes, we have the knowledge, but also like you see me eat ice cream and you see me drink beer and like you see me not follow it to a T.
But it shouldn't be that way.
But that doesn't take away the fact that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, just because like I'm not perfect doesn't. You think that person follows their own diet plan to a T? No, they also enjoy themselves.
And like, that's what gets misconstrued, bro. Again, because it's got fitness or we have fitness attached to us, people are like, yeah, but they're out eating wings and drinking beer and stuff like that. We preach all the time to live a happier, healthier life, and through fitness and through daily habits, you will be able to do that and still achieve the goals you want. Everybody wants to enjoy Doritos. Everybody wants to enjoy beer, pizza, wings, whatever it is, ice cream. But guess what? There's ways to fucking do that and still hit your goals, and there's ways not to do that and not hit your goals. And so what do you want to do? Be super strict and miserable and unfucking happy in life because you're like, oh my God, I still got to lose this 5 pounds, but I can't because, and it's like, well, what are you eating? What are you doing? Well, I'm at 1,200 calories and I just am exhausted. It's like, yeah, no shit, because you're not eating enough.
Your body
you have no room for fluctuation.
Your body literally can't even function on that amount of calories.
But hey, how about we step back and how about we take our approach? And we interject these little things, and then you can do these stuff and realize, like, it's going to take longer to hit these goals. But you know what's not going to take longer? Your happiness, your sleep, your energy, your charisma, your passion, you looking towards the future. You start journaling, you start doing all these things because, again, you're not being forced to do anything. And that's the joy and glory in it is, what does your life look like right now? Okay, you got kids, you got a husband, you got this, you got that, blah, blah, blah. All right, where do you have free time? I have no free time. It's like, okay, how much you scrolling on social media? What time you waking up? What time you going to bed? Look at these different areas. Now it's like, all right, let's add this here. And
if
you
someone
start
just tracked
small.
their day, their entire day for a week, dude, they'd be like, oh, I have a lot of time.
Yes. Dude, I have a podcast that I'm sending you, man. It was on the Diary of the CEO, and it was incredible. It was so good. This guy's on there speaking about, like, blocks of time. And he's a billionaire. He's super successful.
I got 16 miles tomorrow, so send it my way.
Oh, I will, because it aligns very much so with what we need to hear right now. But he has like little kid blocks, like yellow, blue, red, green. And the yellow is like free time. The blue is work. The red is sleep. And the green is like other tasks. So like driving to and from work, like duration, shit like that. And as he's like talking about it, he's talking about like, how do you elevate your life? And he's talking about how he wanted to create and start his own business, but because of the lack of time he had to figure out ways to be able to build this company while still going to work, getting his sleep, doing the things. And so these blocks represent those different areas. And he was like, most people think like, oh, I got to be the best employee and I got to be this and I got to do this and I got to go above and beyond. I'll get in early, leave late. And he was like, but if you have the drive to want to build something, if you have the drive to want to be more, if you have the drive to want to go and make some dream come true of yours, work 8 hours, whatever it is. And he goes, and do just enough where you don't get fired. Stay right above that line where you don't get fired. And he was like, and again, you're not being a bad employee. You're getting your work done. You're doing the things that you have to do, but you're not staying later. You're not coming in earlier. You're not pulling from different buckets, whatever. And so then he was like, when you focus on that, then you can focus. And it was just so good how he outlined the structure of somebody's day. And so it brings me back to, if you outline somebody's day, you'll be able to find the time. And again, if it's important to you, you'll make fucking time for it. And so if you say you don't have time, just say you don't have time or you don't want it. Don't say you don't have time. Just say you don't actually want it.
That guy is the opposite of a conversation we had with a consultant this week.
I'm sure he fucking is.
Bro.
If that dude told you to come in early and stay late.
This guy, he sits in our daily stand-ups, and we have all these new people who've been there for like 3 weeks.
Should you say this in case your work hears?
I honestly don't care. And I'm not using any names, not a company, nothing. But we have all these new people who started a few weeks ago. And a girl was there until 5:30, like setting up a call. We get in at 5. And he was like, yeah, I saw some good things. Like, she was here till 5:30. And he's like, well, let's get one thing straight. 5:30 ain't working late. This is a 24/7 job. He was like, he basically said, work-life balance is for mediocre people. Like, he was like, if you want to be great, he's like, this is your time that you work. He said, you guys are at the age where you need to be grinding right now so that later on you have the balance. He's like, right now there is no balance. You should always be on. And I'm sitting there, dude. I'm like, no fucking way. This is real. And so, like, he leaves. And then I'm like, work-life balance for pussies. But I'm like, no way is this dude really telling them 3 weeks in that, like, that's not late. Like, you should be. I'm like, should I just be chained to my desk?
Yeah.
Like, that could never be me, dude.
Never.
As soon
Never.
If it's 4:30, they say I can go. I'm gone, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that last 30 minutes.
Yes. Yes. And again, that does not make, I am a great fucking employee and I bust my ass.
Same.
And I am not saying that I work. I definitely do not fall in that category of just do enough where you don't get fired. Like, I give it my all, but during work hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I am 8 to 5 or whatever the fuck the time is, I am working. And then after that, I am not working and I'm working on my dreams, goals, ambitions.
I'm like, what are we doing right now? It's 8:22.
Yeah, but it's Saturday, so we're good. But yeah, so it's life.
Yeah.
And it's how you view it. It's how you look at it. It's how you want to go about it. Unfortunately, a lot of people have shitty attitudes and mindsets, but that doesn't mean that it can't be shifted. That doesn't mean it can't be turned around, and it can through doing the daily actions like we talk about. And again, just speaking for you guys might say it's completely different and it's not that case, but then it would go back to the thought of being negative and thinking bad. And so when you start putting action in behind the things that you want, be intent behind the things that you're going towards, and you actually put a game plan in place for the life that you want to live and strive for, things will change. It just takes time, and most people aren't willing to wait that time because we have everything at the palm of our hands now, or we have 2-day shipping. Like, everything comes so fast, but what doesn't come fast is results in life and where you want to go. And so you have to work on that stuff constantly, and you always have to put attention on it, because even when you get what you dream of right now, your dreams are going to change and you're going to want more. And so it's always a moving target. But again, it's making sure that you're moving in the direction with the target instead of away from it. And so that's all we got for you today. Have the desire to inspire. Kiss your mama and have a great week, weekend, day, month, year. It's on.
Peace.